Joe Jonas plays Marry, Shag, Kill with Demi, Taylor, and Gigi.
Fifth Harmony breaks records and slays Destiny's Child.
And Katy Perry and Lady Gaga perform at the DNC.
All of this, you guys, and more on today's Rundown. Happy Friday, guys. We're sitting down today. It's a very exciting day. And we're going to get to Justin Bieber. Does he collect sex tapes?
Of his own or others?
You'll find out.
Okay, well, speaking of sex, let's get to Joe Jonas's surprising admission of who he'd marry, who he'd have sex with, and who he would. So Joe Jonas appeared on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen with that model Ashley Graham, who is gorgeous, by the way. And of course, when you're on Andy Cohen's show, you do not get out of there without playing Marry, Shag, or Kill, or Plead the Fifth, really. It actually is Plead the Fifth, not Marry, Shag, and Kill. So of course, he could plead the fifth on one question. The first question came out, it was one that Nick refused to answer the last time he was on the show in regards to the size of their dinglings.
Which Joe Bro is the most well-endowed?
And after a moment, he had to really think about it for a second, but he did answer in a very noble way.
You know, this is Nick's words, not mine, but he said he was gonna say me, so I'll say me.
All right.
But the awkwardness did not stop there. Apparently, the next question has to do with Joe's song that is rumored to be about someone. Andy asked him to reveal who the song was about. Joe said it's actually not gonna be on DNCE's album, but that it was gonna be on a side project that we'd find out about later.
Oh.
But then he decided to plead the fifth on who that song was about. So we may never know. But after hearing his response to the next question, I think I might know who that song's about. So the final question, which was the Big Mamma Jamma, it was
Ding-a-ling and Mamma Jamma over here.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm so ready for the weekend. So the big final question was, would he marry, shag, or kill Taylor Swift, Demi Lovato, and Gigi Hadid, all of Joe Jonas's ex-girlfriends? The first response was pretty easy for him. He said that he would marry Demi because they're friends. But the last two choices were quite surprising.
Shag, Taylor, kill them. Gigi?
Okay.
There you go.
So Gigi screwed him over is what he's saying here, is she broke up with him for Zayn and he's pissed.
Oh, you think that's really what happened?
Yeah, why else would he kill her?
Well, he had to choose one.
Gigi has to be better in bed than Taylor.
Oh, you think so?
Yes.
I don't know, I might disagree. I think the problem was, I think Joe might be terrified of the Taylor Swift storm.
Oh.
I think he did not want to piss her off anymore. Tay-Merica. Oh, that's so sad. Speaking of Tay-America, Troyan Bellisario was asked by Cosmo if she had to pick between Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian for president, who would she choose? And she had a couple of interesting little tidbits here.
She went off.
She got a little feisty. She says, this is a two-party system that I do not want to be a part of. Can I say that I would choose the Green Party in this? Oh God, I have such an aversion to the Kardashians because I literally don't understand people's obsession with them, and I don't want to accept them as our closest thing to a royal family. But she clarified, saying that just because she doesn't love Kim Kardashian doesn't mean that she's on Taylor's side, saying that she is, quote, appalled by Taylor's false feminism, saying it seems like she's this person who's like sisterhood, and then she does nothing but tear down the women that were once her friends. What does that mean?
Katy Perry.
Do you really think that she and Katy Perry were actually friends,
Yes,
though?
I do.
Really?
Yeah, I think they were friends. I think they have similar personalities. They're both very quirky and smart, and I could totally see them getting along.
I feel like that's probably why they clashed, because they were too similar.
Absolutely, but I love that Troyan knows so much about that.
I feel like she's in some inside circle that has all the tea. Invite Misty and I. We want to know the tea.
Thanks. Speaking of politics,
oh yeah,
look at us today. Dinglings, Mamma Jamma, and politics. Katy Perry showed up at the Democratic National Convention last night in Philadelphia. She made everyone roar. For HRC, that would be Hillary Rodham Clinton. And before Katy performed two songs, she gave this actually really inspirational speech about using your voice.
So, both of my parents are pastors and staunch Republicans. I didn't finish high school, and unfortunately, I don't have a formal education. But I do have an open mind and I have a voice.
She continued to encourage people to have an open mind and use your voice and vote for Hillary Clinton. She admitted that she has some voicemails from her saved on her phone, and she has a lot of HRC themed dresses in her closet ready to go. Then Katie performed her Olympics theme song Rise for the first time live wearing this slinky striped silver gown. She also performed a roar, asking the crowd to roar for her girl, Hillary. No shock that Katie was there. She's a loud and proud Democrat, and
She's been a big Hillary fan for a long time.
and same with Obama as well.
Yeah, and another Hillary fan that showed up last night was Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga also showed up not in the same event, but nearby. At the BB&T Pavilion in Camden, New Jersey, she performed at a free invite-only concert for the DNC delegates. She performed Neil Young's Old Man song. She also performed the Beatles' Come Together. Take a look at that. Gaga also Instagrammed this photo from the event, captioning it, "We are so much stronger together, hashtag DNC, hashtag stronger together, hashtag vote."
I'm shocked that she didn't actually perform at the DNC convention.
No, but this is so Gaga to do something like way more underground and cool.
Yeah, totally.
But and
Interesting.
support in her own way.
Got it. Speaking of performances, our girls, Fifth Harmony, are killing it right now. I have to be really honest with you guys.
Aaron's not a huge fan of them, but I am.
I've never not been a fan. They weren't high on my list, right? Like, I actually thought Little Mix was a little better in my opinion. But now, after seeing them, I mean, they've been together for 4 years. They've grown up together. I actually start to feel now that they've come into their own. Their vocals sound better than ever. Their chemistry is better than ever. And this just goes to show that, you know, you can always get stronger and get better, even though Misty's always been a fan.
I have. Since
just
X
saying.
Factor days when I used to interview them every week. I loved them.
Show off. Okay. Well, the girls have a lot to celebrate besides the fact that they are killing it right now. They have just entered the Billionaire Club, you guys.
Whoa.
They have just reached 1 billion views on one of their videos. Can you guess?
Work from home.
No, it's close. That actually is
Worth
really
it.
close. Worth it. By the way, this makes them the first ever girl group to ever hit 1 billion views on a video. And it looks like Work From Home is on track to hit 1 billion views soon, which is currently sitting at over 750 million views and counting. And I don't know if you guys caught the ABC series Greatest Hits tribute show last night.
Oh.
The girls showed up and they performed this medley of Destiny's Child songs because they said that Destiny's Child inspired them. Didn't they inspire us all? I mean,
True.
truly. But they were incredible.
Big words from Aaron over here.
I am a huge fan of these girls. I think they're killing it right now, and I'm so glad they're not breaking up.
Girl power. Does Justin Bieber collect homemade sex tapes?
Wait.
Don't we all?
What? Of himself or of others?
Himself with others. According to the National Enquirer, the singer is addicted to recording his sexual escapades, and he has collected an overwhelming amount of X-rated videos and photos. A so-called source tells National Enquirer, quote, "He loves to film himself in action with whoever is willing, and almost all the girls he takes home are." Of course they are, because they want to be Kim Kardashian. Because you know how she got famous?
Yeah, totally.
And it's Justin freaking Bieber. Oh my gosh. Well, Gossip Cop reports that his rep told them this is false, but there's more. Remember those nude pics for him in Bora Bora on vacation where he's nude? Yeah. Apparently, it created a monster. He's now obsessed with taking nude photos of himself. Quote, "He has an enormous hard drive of pornographic files." Justin's proud of his privates. I can't even read this with a straight face.
I love that you said enormous hard drive. It was like very sexual.
This is the quote from the source. Let me keep reading. "It gives new meaning to him being described as cocky," adds the magazine's source in a clearly made up quote. I can't even read more source quotes. because
They say enormous hard drive.
it's clearly made up by a very talented pun writer.
Yeah, totally.
This is not true.
Here's the thing. I mean, we probably don't. I'll see it when I believe, or believe it when I see it.
You might actually see it if TMZ has their way.
That's true.
if it exists.
The National Enquirer, for the most part, doesn't have the most realistic stories, but every once in a while, they kind of hit it out of the park. And this might be the case because, I agree with you. A lot of people that I know personally, friends of mine, have taken nude photos, have nude video, sex tapes of themselves. So this wouldn't be too much of an extreme. This wouldn't surprise me, is what I'm saying.
I'm not going to speak for Aaron, but I'm going to speak for myself and say that I personally do not have any sex tapes or nude photos. Aaron's not going to answer.
I plead the fifth.
Okay, great.
Are we on Andy Cohen or what?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Do you agree with Joe? Would you marry Demi, have sex with Taylor, and then kill Gigi Hadid? Let us know your picks in the comments section below.
Absolutely not. Thanks for asking, Aaron. But what I want to know is, do you think that Justin has a collection of sex tapes and nude photos on his hard drive?
And
Tell us.
would you be in those videos with him? Don't answer that. That's a terrible question. Do not let your mom see that I asked you that.
Ooh, let's just end this. It's
We're
the
gonna
weekend.
end it. We're losing our minds. What are you guys doing on the weekend? Let us know in the comments too, and hit us up on the social medias. I'm at Hey Erin Robinson. This girl right here, this hottie, this bad mama Gemma.
Misty Kingma. You know what I'll be doing this weekend? I'll be on Musical.ly.
Oh, me
So
too.
find me.
Oh yes, me too.
Copycat. Bye, guys.
Kanye cannot stop shading Taylor Swift, and you can see all that happen in the box on the left.
That must be a really big umbrella. And on the right, Ariana Grande dumps her boyfriend. Ooh.
Ouch.